For staying with us. Parents at the Thabang Primary School in Dobsonville are rolling up their sleeves and tackling unemployment head-on. The school governing body has launched an incubation hub at the school, a project involving training in sewing and uniform making. And it all began with a partnership with the Sorry for Change movement. Its founder, Rihanna Edwards, joins us now in the studio to tell us more about it. Rihanna, thank you so much for coming in. Now, I want to go back to the stage at which Sorry for Change got involved in the school. We talk about the high unemployment rate. We look at the figures here all the time. But I don't think enough time is spent on the impact that unemployment and poverty has on family units, on parents, single parents and children who have to find a way to send kids to school, put food in their tummies, and at the same time be a support structure for them at home. And from what I understand, this is where Sorry for Change and the Thabang Primary School governing body came together, because they noticed that there was a problem with parents who were struggling with this high unemployment rate, and it was affecting the confidence on parents and how they were involved in their children's lives and in the life of the school.
Absolutely. You couldn't have summarized it better. With the parents at Thabang, I always speak about Shadi, because she's the chairperson of the student governing body, and she's really the hero of the story, because she stepped into an opportunity. But let me just answer your question. The opportunity came about with me embarking on a one-year program, leadership program, with a NGO called Partners for Possibility. And what they do is really partner a business leader with a school in the township. And then as a business leader, that's how I met with Bertha, the principal of Thabang. We look into the school and try and understand how we can add value. And of course, the first go-to for me, coming in from my Sorry for Change experience and success, I understood that if the parents were more engaged and they were part of the community, we would have better students. So of course, like, we look at a problem, and the first thing we always think of, if we need to do a project, we need funding. For me, it was adopting a different mindset. It was about what I call the sharing economy. And it was saying, you are parents of a school, we have a space, everybody's got talent, God-given talent. It's about stepping forward and being able to understand what talent are we dealing with here. And let's see how we can put that talent into play to be able to create an entrepreneurial attitude, and through products and services. And so what I present is not just myself as an entrepreneur, but 100 other entrepreneurs. We all have a network, and I was able to leverage my network to be able to stand in the gap for Thabang Primary. The mom of the SGB, being the chairperson herself, came forward. She said, I'm unemployed. This is a huge reality. I will take the initiative and continue training the 14 women that have come forward. And as we speak, Marcel, we have 20 more on that list waiting to be part of this creative hub.
So you obviously had to start at grassroots level. Talk to us about how you laid out that. You're obviously starting with basic skills training and then building to a point of teaching business planning, entrepreneurial skills and that kind of thing.
We started in June last year, so it's very much in pilot form. But we started off with a beading workshop. And again, I raised money from my entrepreneurial group, and we were able to pay a beading facilitator who came with all of her her beads, and they could create jewelry from this. It was very encouraging. The kids came out with the moms, so that was also amazing to see on a Saturday morning that they could spend a day in the classroom with their moms and create jewelry. One of the ladies went away saying that she started braiding and she was going to make jewelry to add this to her business. So already there was a value add. From the beading workshop, we then progressed to beading on clothing, and through all of this we could assess the talent that we were dealing with and start working with it. And it's at this stage that Shadi came forward, and she said, I worked in a clothing factory before. I've never produced garments that I could sell. So it was about tweaking that, and eventually she came up with the most amazing uniforms for the school. So that was an immediate win. She could tap into the school's economy by getting the parents to buy directly from them. And the fact that the actual hub is at the school, the machines are safe. You know, we had to raise sponsorship for the machines, and the women could come out, drop their kids at school, and they themselves are in the school environment.
And continue to be in that safe space provided by the school.
Absolutely. And through our interaction and the workshops that we're having, it's really about sharing our stories, and that's how the learning takes place as well.
So like almost a fellowship and togetherness of sorts on top of skills training and entrepreneurial strategy going forward. What have you seen to be the impact on some of the parents that have gotten involved in this project?
Confidence is the key here. I've seen parents coming in with an attitude of absolute hopelessness. You know, they've been unemployed for 6 years. They come to school, their kids come with Tupperwares to see if there's any food left to take home. And when they stepped into the space, they were closed. They wouldn't want to share. Who am I? You know, that trust. What do you want?
How do I add value?
After 3 sessions with them, they opened up. We sit and talk about problems with the men and this.
Dreams and aspirations.
That's it. They've learned how to dream again. They've moved and shifted from hopelessness to possibility and opportunity. Shadi herself has an 8-year-old son, and he wants to be an engineer. And so he comes to her and educates her about what engineering can do. And so I feel that Shadi is motivated by her son. Can you just imagine the conversations they're having now with Shadi heading this hub and the son beaming back and saying, "Mom, I'm proud of you."
That it really is fantastic. Just very quickly as we wrap up, plans going forward for this at Dobsonville, and have you heard from schools in other areas that are interested in starting something similar?
Yes, there is. There have been quite a few inquiries. I'm putting that on hold right now because obviously it being in a school space, there's also a bit of protocol that we need to observe here. This is a pilot which we want to perfect, and then definitely we would love to roll out to other schools as well.
And if people are watching right now, they want to find out more, where can they do so?
Please follow me on Sorry for Change, and my contact details on Facebook as well as Instagram.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming to tell us about the fantastic work you're doing. We can only wish you everything of the best to you, as well as your incubation hub that seems to be going like a Boeing at Thabang Primary School in Dobsonville. Rayana Edwards from Sorry for Change, telling us about the work at that school in Dobsonville. Thanks for coming in this morning. To news